Diecast North is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello everyone, welcome back. I am super happy to see you all here. It's time for another episode of Diecast North's Galactic Hooligan. And I really appreciate you all for coming by. I want to thank each and every one of you. I'm actually almost at 500. I think I'm actually at 487 now, but it's actually thanks to you all that have actually made it this far. I appreciate you. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do so. I would love it if you actually all joined the Mighty Transformers Hooligans. And I'd really appreciate it if you're actually a part of my channel. Don't be afraid to share me around. I love being shared around. And let's get on with our review. So I know we've got a lot to talk about with the new Metroplex coming out pretty soon and everything, and the new movie Blackout. So I've got to devote another video to that and everything, and I'm pretty sure I'm actually Johnny come lately on that whole entire thing and everything. So like forgiveness, but it will actually be talked about. But today I'm actually super excited to show you this new guy because I've actually been waiting for him for a long time. Now you know I love my Legacy Skids. He is actually pretty freaking awesome. I can't say enough about him. Don't look at his legs. Don't look at his legs. But like aside from that, he is actually really awesome. But now we've actually got MP53 coming in. MP53 Skids. I love him so much. And now I get a chance to show you all the mirth that is compact sports car driving. So I'm really excited about this guy. I know that you know I'm excited about this guy. I've been playing around with him already. So like if anything else, I cheated on each and every one of you out there and everything. I'm sorry, but he actually had to be taken out as soon as I actually got him out of package. Thank you, BPTS. This guy is going to be amazing. I can't wait to show him to you guys. Let's go to the review station. All right, and here we go. It is time. Masterpiece Skids, number 53 in the whole entire collection of the Transformers Masterpiece line. I am going to really go amazingly insane about this guy and everything. I already have, and let me tell you guys, I already had a whole video actually done. If I'm actually being honest, I actually checked it out and it just was not making me happy whatsoever or anything like that, because I kept on thinking I was actually trying to make this whole entire thing like super jazzy and everything like that because he is the Honda City and everything, but I just didn't like the energy that was actually going on in there and everything, and I was just like, what am I doing and everything? What am I doing? So now I'm coming back to it fresh with a fresh perspective, and also the last video I guess was practice and everything, and because I'm a consummate professional, I wanted to make sure that you guys actually got exactly the thrill that I actually have with this guy and everything. So like, I'm super happy being here. I hope you are too. Let's dig in. Before we start talking about this, let's go into the love of the Honda City here. I'm actually showing this to you on my trusty iPad, and I just really wanted to show you a little bit about this car. We're actually going to go into, it's actually made back in 1982 to 1986. I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that you could actually do with this. It is one of the greatest like little cars ever and everything, and one of the things that I think is wonderful about sport compacts and everything, this guy is actually supposed to come with like this mini compo right over here and everything that actually fits like right into the back of the car and everything. And I don't remember if this mini compo is actually supposed to come with the car or anything like that, but It's actually very cool, and I'm actually really loving that altogether. Hold on, let me see if I could actually find my favorite one, because there was one that I had here that was just great. From 1982 to 1986, and I just really wanted to go in through this with you. This car was actually spectacular. Only went about, I believe it was like about 109 miles per hour or something. And let me turn down the light over here so you could see this a little bit better. But this car was actually like super cool and everything, especially to me. I'm actually like a really big fan of like mini subcompact cars. If you guys, girls, and everyone in between have ever seen my Suzuki Swift Bumblebee Alternity review, you'll actually know that I love sport compact cars, and this thing is actually really great. There goes the mini compo right over here that actually was able to like fit into the trunk. Now Skids doesn't come with that. That'll actually come with like say crosscut, and I forget what the other one is actually called offhand, but both of those are actually like coming with the mini compo and like a little hologram guy. So, but this guy is actually really cool, and I didn't want to get anyone else but Skids, you know, like Skids was actually just like a really important character to me. Used to love his G1 toy. I never got one or anything, and as a consequence to that, I was actually missing Skids for the longest time and everything, until I actually got him in Titan's Returns or in one of the Generations lines and everything. But I am not skidless no more, my friends. You know, look at this. This is going to be amazing. I just really wanted to show this to you in the same value that I actually received him in. So here we go. Masterpiece Skids. You actually have a lot of Japanese down here. I'm just taking you around the box so you could actually see what Masterpiece Skids actually is in hand and everything. You actually have like a picture right over here of the of his little mini Honda City car and everything. That's actually great, and I think this was actually released because of the fact that because Honda is actually supposed to be releasing the 2022 Honda City Sport Hybrid or something, and I think this was actually supposed to be like a love fest into the older car and everything. I really wish they actually updated this car and everything and brought him in for today's market and everything, because there's nothing that Honda can't do in my mind's eye. Just like Volkswagen, there's nothing that VW cannot do, and I kind of like feel as though this car would actually do supremely well in everything, especially right now with being gas conscious and that sort of thing. It is actually something that could actually, these sport compacts are great. They're fast, they're nimble. You can actually park them in the corners of a sidewalk and everything, and wherever you are, that's where you can actually park, and it's great. And sometimes it's just like the TARDIS. There's more room on the inside, and it's wonderful. I had that with my Rabbit, I had that with my Bug, and I would have loved to have actually experienced this car as much as I would have actually loved to experience the Japanese version of the Suzuki Swift Turbo. Here we are, and everything that he can actually do. There he goes. There goes Skids over there with his buddies Trax and Blue Streak, and all the accessories that he actually comes with. So let us take a look into the box. And when you actually open the box, and I love this about TAKARA-san, is that you actually get this tray right over here. It's super professional and everything. Usually most collectors won't necessarily get rid of the boxes for the Masterpiece or anything. I really might have actually gotten rid of a few boxes or anything, or whatever. But like, you know what? That's actually okay, because like right here is where you actually get Skids, and he is super protected in here and everything. We have this blaster number 1 and blaster number 2. We actually have Skids. Again, we didn't get the mini combo and everything that Crosscut will actually come with, and we didn't get the little hologram dude and anything, the little hologram Spike, and that's actually kind of a shame too, because I would have loved to have actually gotten this with this guy. But when you actually open this up, and you actually have tape on all sides and everything to like make sure that he's actually nice and secure, you actually get Skids in his glory. I love all of this I love all of this sport compact city here and everything. We actually have like a great grill right over here. That's really nice. And this is how you know that it's the turbo, because it actually cuts off the grill right over here and everything. And that's what the design that'll actually come with and everything, you know? I love that. I love the fact that we actually have like the mirrors right over here prominently and everything like that, you know, so you can actually look out for traffic as you're speeding along and everything. Really, really nice. Just let me clear a lot of this up for you. Let's see. There we go. So we actually get this. There we go. And my camera is actually acting funky, but hold on. It's just a beautiful, beautiful sport compact car here and everything. He's a two-door. You'll see we actually have the Honda City on the front and on the back, you know, well, back, front, you know. Beautiful headlights done over here and everything. I don't know if you can actually really take appreciation into how well that's actually done. Just really, really beautiful here, you know? You actually have your turn signals. You actually have like, there's your gas distributor right over here. Beautiful, beautiful like stripe going right on the side and everything, just as Skids should actually be. We actually have beautiful headlights done here and here, you know? I kind of wish that this was actually done in clear plastic, but that's actually really okay. You actually have like your red trim going throughout the bumper and everything, you know, just really, really nice work all around and everything. And I think they actually paid a lot of attention to the details here, especially with this. We actually have like a little paint right over here going into the keyhole right here for this car, and that's really, really nice. Even over here, you know. Really, really nice work all around it, everything. And I really have to say that they really paid attention to this car. One thing that he doesn't come with anymore is rubber wheels and everything, you know, but that's actually okay. But aside from that, he's actually really well done. Even down on the bottom here, you hardly notice like any of the robot kibble or anything like that, although you do know what he actually changes into. Does he roll, Norbs? He rolls pretty nicely, except for over here where I actually have like a little bit of an indent and everything, but he rolls really nicely though, take my word for it. And he's just like a really, really great car here, and you know, I really love this. Before I go more into more in depth here, I just wanted to show you the weapons that he actually comes with over here. He actually has two sets of blasters here that are actually a part of his whole entire G1 scheme. Just let me get this out and give you a close look at this. Now, this is actually really nice. I love the fact that you actually have like, it's actually really got like a nice amount of paints like right there and everything. That's beautiful. I keep on wondering if they should have actually made like another silver gun and everything like that to really get that G1 flavor and everything in here. But he does come with it over here, and that's really nicely modeled, and it's gleaming with chrome. And I love the fact that he actually comes with this weapon here. Also, there's tabs right down here, and you actually have the tabs for his arm and here also. So that's really, really nice. With this weapon right over here, you can actually kind of like just plug it right in the back, right over here, where you actually see this little divot coming right out, this little peg holder, and then this should actually peg right in here. It might take you a couple of tries to get it on, but once you do, it actually holds really, really securely in the back here and everything. Now, for this gun right over here, you don't actually get the same love that you actually do for this one. You can actually put it right over here, I guess, you know, and there goes your weapon storage. You will actually hear it shaking around in the back and everything like that quite a bit, you know, but aside from that, he can actually carry his weapons back and forth. So there we are. And just let me give you a look. Oh, hold on, just let me close this off, and there we go. And let's take a look at the front hood right over here, where his Autobot symbol is prominently placed. I really, really think that's actually spectacular. And just like all good skids should actually have. And you actually kind of like move this up gingerly, mind you. I don't want you like snapping your hoods off or anything like that. But once you actually get that open, we can actually take a look on the inside of his engine block here, and that's really nice. I think that's actually very cool attention to detail. And again, Takara-san does not have to do this whatsoever or anything like that, but I love the fact that you guys actually did, and that is actually really spectacular. You can kind of like see his hands. I didn't twist his hands around or anything like that, but aside from that, that's actually really nice. I love that. And let's not forget about this thing right over here. He actually does come with an instruction booklet and a card right over here. So if you guys are actually really interested in this, there are a lot of places where you can actually check that out. The cardstock is not really that bad or anything like that. It's actually kind of like one of those hard cardstocks and everything like that, made from the I think it's like a cardboard cardstock and everything. Kind of feels more like a credit card than anything else. It's actually kind of like credit cardy and everything like that. I'm not exactly sure if this is paper or plastic, but I want to say it's paper. But there you go. And if you actually want to check out his stats right over here, there you are. And then you actually have like all the Japanese writing over here. And this right here. It's really nice. And we'll actually see Transformers Masterpiece City. And this is Skids. There we go. And there goes Masterpiece 53 Skids. There we are. And let's just quickly go through all of this. Really nicely done, by the way. There. And once I'm actually through with showing this to you all, there we go. And continuing the transformation sequence right over here. And now you know how to fly a UFO. So, UFO, UAP, what's everybody adopting now? You know, because that's what I want to know. But anyway, we are actually putting this right back in the bag over here. And the one thing that I kept on thinking, besides the mini combo, that was actually missing on this is the fact that we actually didn't get like a little hologram dude to like actually be put into Masterpiece Skids here. So what I actually did was I actually got good old Masterpiece 10 Spike here, and we are just going to put this on the inside. How you actually do that is you actually just want to, again, crack this open. We're actually going to be doing the same thing when we're actually going into robot mode and everything like that. Just do it really gingerly, because you don't want to actually break your figure, of course, you know. And there goes Skids' head. And once we actually get in here, we actually see absolutely nothing. You know, there's like no like real dash over here or anything like that, or there's no real seats or anything, you know. So, but you did actually like leave this as a feature where you could actually put your guy in here. And since he is a Japanese car, we're actually going to do this right side driving. So we're just going to put Spike on the inside over here, and I hope he actually works as well as it looks like he actually works pretty well in here, just as well as like the blue hologram drivers. And you put them in and then you lock them away. There we go. And all you have to do is that, and he is actually on the inside of the car, and this is actually like a really deep dark blue and everything, so I don't really think you'll actually be able to see Spike in there or anything like that, but he's in there, and that's really all that matters on this. So there we go, and that should actually be kind of like all I can actually give you on the on Masterpiece Skids over here. He's just like a really fun mini car, and I love that so much. So I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna give you a couple comparisons with Skids and Bumblebee here, and that's really nice comparison. I like this a lot. Their wheelbases kind of match. They're actually like just about as long as the other and everything, and it's actually really nice. Skids and Fairlady Z Blue Streak over here, which is actually really nice. I love the comparison between the both of these guys. They are both let's see, let me just take you out over here. There we go. This is relatively what the sizing would actually be, even though their wheelbases are actually very, very different from each other and everything. It looks like Skid should have actually been a little bit bigger. But Suzuki Swift Alternity Bumblebee. I really love this figure so much and everything. They are just really great, comparable to each other and everything. I kind of like really feel as though these cars would actually match in the real world. Oh. And that's really nice scaling right over there. I think that's actually wonderful. And I'm going to give you one more comparison between Skids and Legacy Skids. And this looks amazing to me. I love the fact that they really kind of like almost match in everything. It's amazing to me that this masterpiece is actually almost as small as, say, this Legacy figure here and everything. Just really, really nice. Wheel batches kind of match, wheelbases kind of match and everything. It's really nice to see them both together and everything. As again, as a person who really has never had a real G1 Skids or anything, this is just great. I kind of like almost feel as though I actually have to get like a G1 Skids just to go along with the scheme and everything like that, because that's really, really nice. I love this. Anyway, back to the love fest and everything, because I know I keep on telling you guys exactly how much I love this, but I love this so much. Anyway, let's go over to transformation. And there we are, all ready to see exactly what Skids can actually be. I already took Masterpiece 10 Spike out, so let's start off the transformation by cracking this guy open. And I know it actually becomes scary when I say crack the guy open, but in order for you to like actually really get into this guy, you actually have to just like open this up right over here. I don't think it's actually meant to break. It's actually meant to be a little bit more flexible and everything, so you can actually get him out of the pegs right over here on the ulterior side and open the doors. And we are going to make all of this begin happening. Let's start just getting this out a little bit more. We are just bending this around here and everything. This is actually going to accordion into the back, but it actually gives us a little bit of leeway to get right over here and into the back trunk. We'll just swing that up. We'll take his weapons out of their storage compartments, and we're going to start off with the bottom. Now the bottom is actually really simple and everything, and very intuitive, because what you actually do is you actually want to like accordion all of this out. These will actually comprise his legs, but also like, hold on, just let's get over here, because you're actually going to squeeze these two pieces over here. These are actually going to be the faux trunk that actually comes like right over here. I would have loved it if they actually like left some mechanical detailing on the back and everything, but all you want to do is straighten this out right over here, and this slides right over here. Also, what I just did just now was I actually just like put this down right over here. That'll form a leg. And once you actually de-accordion this, that actually becomes a leg also. They actually become a leg by hitting a notch right over here that actually goes right into this peg hole. So you just want to go right in there, and it actually just thumps right in there, and then those legs are actually pretty much formed. Then all you have to do is just bring this down and cover up the back right over here, and there you go. That's the faux back of his calves right over here. Now that we've got this part of the leg all done, we actually want to do his feet. So all you want to do is bring his feet down and then swing his foot around, and there's a notch right over, there's a peg right over here that goes right into its cavity right there, and there we are. And then just swing out the heel, and then take this wheel and bring it 180 all the way into the inner part of his foot. So we'll actually do that again on this side. We'll actually take him by the foot and by the wheel. We'll bring this down. It just slides right down. We'll actually get his foot and bring that all the way up, and then get the heel, bring that out, and then just swing this wheel all the way around right over here. If you haven't already, these legs actually separate a little bit and everything to form right over here. We're going to pull this out a little bit, and the reason why we're actually doing that is just to give the arms a little bit of leeway so they swing around, and that's actually like right on this hinge right over here. If you actually don't do that, you'll actually have kind of a tough time getting everything out, and you just want to make give yourselves a little bit of malleability for play. So once we actually do this, we'll just bring the arms out and bring this arm out also, and just swing that around right on the wheel's hinge. There we go. And bring that out like so. I'm just going to leave this like this. And then we're going to take this, and this is actually important. You don't want the mirrors to be on the outside or anything like that, just to avoid risk of breakage and that sort of thing. So just put them right on the inside. They actually have a couple of cavities already made up for it. And then we'll just slide his hood right back over here. And then we're going to bring this down. Oh, wait, before we do all of that, let's do this head reveal right over here, because this is actually a really, really beautiful head. And it actually becomes a little tight just going in here and everything, because you actually have this hinge and then these and then this thing right over here, the windscreen right over here and everything. You just want to kind of like avoid all of that. It becomes a little tight getting it all out and everything, but once you actually do that, just bring this all the way up, and then we want to go back and slide this back in again, and then accordion all of this right onto his back. And then there is a peg right in, there's a peg hole right over here that goes onto the peg onto his back. So just squeeze that in. And for the oh, I'm sorry, and then I didn't do this. Now you just want to go over here, and this is actually what makes his waist juncture. So there we go, and squeeze that, put that right in here. And then we actually want to go over here and squeeze that right onto that peg, like right on the inside. And then this piece will actually go right into, let's see, how can I show you? There's a piece right over here that actually makes up the blue and light blue. So all you want to do is just swing that right in there, and that will actually be the peg for this. And this, hold on, there it goes. This will peg right over here. There we are. And now we actually pretty much have his upper body done. So now all you want to do is take his arms, and there we are. Bring that down, and bring this down also. That's actually on his wrist, and that actually becomes a full arm. And then all you want to do is bring the back of his arm up, and then there is a little peg that actually goes right into the wheel right here. So all you want to do is just go over here and peg that in, and just fix his arm down and around. And there's one arm complete. And do the same thing on the other side. Bring his hand down, bring the back of his arm up, and then you're actually just looking for that little sweet spot right over there. And all you want to do is peg that into the wheel, squeeze it, and then just bring all of that down and around again. And then after just a really nice transformation and everything, you actually have Masterpiece Skids in robot mode. So Masterpiece Skids is actually one of my favorite characters here, and I don't know, is it me or does he look a little like Odo here? You know, I kind of feel like there's like a softness to his face that actually just goes all the way around here and everything. But I really love this guy so much though, you know, like I'm actually loving the wing detail, his arms, like these are actually real, like they put a lot of detail into this guy. And I really love the fact that they actually went a little bit above and beyond to like actually get Skids out to us and everything. There are a couple of design elements that I kind of wish were actually like a little bit more worked on. I have no issues with his legs whatsoever or anything. Although the back of his legs, I kind of feel as though they could have actually used a little bit more designing love and everything, you know, because I kind of feel like this should have actually been like, say, more mechanical, more biomechanical or something, you know what I mean? So like, I kind of feel like that could have actually been worked up on and everything, you know. So far, this kind of like just looks like they're actually giving us the back of the trunk more than anything else. But I kind of feel like a little bit more work into that would have actually been really superb and everything. But Skids over here is really, really cool. One thing I actually don't like about him and is probably his gangly arms here and everything. Once I actually bring a couple of other masterpieces in here, you'll actually see what I'm talking about and everything. But I really kind of feel as though the arms are actually like really, really skinny for like, say, a masterpiece figure. But they're really well designed nonetheless and everything, you know? The articulation goes like this. So you actually have like a 360 over here, kind of semi-inhibited by the windshield and everything, but you can actually manipulate it nonetheless. He actually has like a real extreme up due to transformation. He can actually look down. He actually has like a ball joint right over here, kind of feels like. So he actually has like some movement over there, and that's actually really nice. You can actually manipulate his wings over here. There is a slider that's actually on the inside here and everything also, so you might be able to use that to your advantage and everything if you're a toy photographer or an animator. There we go. We actually have a 360 on the arm and everything. If you move his wings out of the way, you can actually make that happen and everything, so that's actually really nice. You actually have like a hinged, you actually kind of like have like a semi-hinge right over here. You can actually bring it all the way back for like extremes and everything, so that's actually really nice. You have rotation on the bicep. You have way over 90 degrees right over here on his elbow, so that's really, really nice. I love that. You actually have a turn right over here, right on his waist, so that's actually really nice. He can go all the way out like this, which is actually great, but being able to go back and everything on this leg is actually real. There's nothing there whatsoever or anything. It'd be nice if they actually made something where he can actually go back and forth and everything like that, but that's actually due to this like little piece right over here that's actually kind of like stopping everything from happening and everything like that. So it doesn't stop like running poses from actually happening or anything like that, which is nice, but it would have actually been nicer if, like, say maybe they actually made one more cut over here so he can actually manipulate his legs to go outwards and everything. But aside from that, these are actually done in really, really nice ratchets, and I'm actually kind of surprised about that. There's no metal in here whatsoever or anything like that, so if you're a die-cast metal collector and everything when it comes down to masterpieces, that's actually kind of like something that's actually long and far away from us and everything, back from the days of Alternity and back in the days of BT and everything like that. Final Tech, we used to have like die-cast metal, but like nothing over here whatsoever. But aside from that, the ratchet still holds and everything like that, so that's actually really nice and everything. I like the effort there and everything more than anything else. Let's see, we have like an out, not super kung fu like or anything like that, but it's still appreciated and everything, so that's actually really nice. We have thigh rotation. We actually have a bend right over here that is actually really nice and extreme and everything. Even from the point of having this huge calf like right in the back here and everything, he actually does have like a way of like making a good run cycle and everything, so that's actually really great. Also, you actually have like tilt right over here on the ankle and everything. If you break this up, you actually have like a back, you actually have like some dorsiflexion here you have it right over here on this piece right over here, this hinge, so that's actually really nice. Also, you actually have, let's see, wrist rotation, and he actually has, let's see, 3 fingers on a hinge right over here, and one finger, and his index finger is right here also, that can actually be curled up into a fist, and that's actually great, and that actually really covers all his articulation. He's a really nice bot though. I like him a lot. Gangly arms aside, he's actually just like a very, very cool design, and I've always thought that Skids was actually one of the more interesting designs in Transformers. Now, as said before, he actually does come with a couple of weapons. He actually comes with this double blaster right over here. You can actually put that right into his wrist over here and everything, because they actually have 2 parts or 2 points where you can actually like plug these things in. You actually have like this divot right over here and this divot right over here and this one, and you can actually either plug the weapons on either side of the wrist and everything, and let's see, for G1 fans all together, you know that you're actually going to plug them right over here, and he actually comes with the same thing on this other arm and everything, so you can actually plug his arms right, you can actually plug his weapons right over here also. So that's actually very, very cool. And if you decided to like manipulate his index finger a little bit, you could actually look like he's actually holding a trigger of some kind and everything. So that's actually really cool. What I actually like doing though, because I think it actually makes a tighter connection, is that you can actually just put that right on the side right over here and kind of like give him like double arm blasters and everything more than anything else. And I kind of like the fact that you can actually do this because it kind of like frees up his hands for anything else that you actually want to do with him and everything. I'm going to give you a couple of comparisons here between Skids and an old classic G1 Masterpiece Bumblebee, and that's really, really awesome. Skids and Masterpiece Blue Streak here, and I really love this a lot. Again, this is what I keep on complaining about. Now, we're actually like looking into the arm. I really do think that they actually scaled down on the strength factor when it actually comes down to Skids over here and everything, you know? Because his arms, again, really, really gangly and everything like that, to the smaller hands, to the smaller kind of like more pencil arms here and everything, you know? So like, I really don't think that that's actually like the best or anything like that. It's actually cool though, because it actually does fit into the car with the ratio that he's actually in and everything. And I kind of feel like yeah, they actually really had to design the hell out of this guy to actually make him be able to like do everything that he actually does as a mini city Honda. I kind of wish that they could have actually followed this up with like more of a stronger look and everything like that, you know? But he actually does make up for it with his design type and everything. I just kind of feel like this there's something like at a loss here and everything, you know? I kind of wish that they actually did more with Skids as far as like that part of his design and everything. But let me continue with Alternative Bumblebee, and I think that these two actually have great skill with each other, just like really fantastic skill. Masterpiece Spike and Legend Skids, and I really love the way these guys actually look together. Of course, you know, he actually does have like about 2 inches more of trunk space and everything than Legend Skids actually does, but just to see exactly how well they actually scale with each other in auto mode, and then getting into robot mode and everything, you actually have like the compactability of this masterpiece and everything. It's just really, really brilliant. It's just brilliant design, and I really love that so much. So that is actually all I actually have to say about Skids and everything. He's just a really, really cool guy. I really love everything about him. And if you're actually looking for a character who's actually just like really just like dynamic in all different ways, I don't think you're actually looking for any much more than this guy and everything. He's actually just got like a lot in the way of like great playability. If you're actually looking for someone who you can actually put onto your shelf and everything like that, and you know, just like picking up your Autobot army and everything like that, Skids is really definitely the way to go. I'm going to give you some final thoughts on this guy. So, Masterpiece Skids is really cool, isn't he? Like, he's a character I never really would have actually thought of having or anything, because like I kind of really thought that like my having Skids in hand was actually going to be like a thing of the past and everything, and something I should never even think about doing or anything like that, even though I've actually seen like a G1 Skids in some stores and everything like that. But like, I really think Masterpiece Skids is actually pretty awesome. He's actually just such a great character filled with so much personality. I really like this guy a lot and would actually highly suggest him. Again, if you're not into his arms, his gangly arms may be a little bit of a put off and everything, but like aside from that, he really makes up for it with like everything else that he's actually got going on here. He's fun. I love the fact that he actually compacts so well into the Honda City. And again, Honda, why are you not making newer versions of the hatchback Honda City? If you actually kept the same body styling, I'm pretty sure it would work. It worked for Beetle, it worked for Fiat. you should actually think about doing that, because I think it would actually be a great car to have back out on the streets again. Newer style with the newer amenities and everything like that. But again, make one that looks like Skids. That would actually be awesome, But I really love this guy. Every one of you, thanks again for joining me once again for a trip through nerddom. I really appreciate each and every one of you joining me. Remember one thing: treat each other with kindness, respect, and make sure that kindness actually keeps on flourishing out there. I really need for love to actually prevail, Also, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I will definitely talk to you soon.